How you doing? This is Jacob Ferrer here. Today I'd like to discuss with you the merits of video games. It has been long believed that video games rot your mind and makes a person dysfunctional. That has been proven untrue, and that people who play video games actually learn more and have a different way of thinking and a different set of processing skills than a person who doesn't. For instance, a child who is around 5 years of age playing a video game will start learning alphabet skills, how to sound out letters and words, and reading at a higher level than a child who doesn't play a game like this. Because the game itself is interactive and it's fun for the kid, it makes them want to learn without them actually learning. They have to learn how to read without somebody there all the time, and that will help them to continue the line of the game and progress through its story. A child who is around 9, 10 years of age, and if they're playing a game that's much larger and more interactive than something simple as a earlier child's game like World of Warcraft or a Final Fantasy game, an MMO, a child who's 10 years of age will already beginning learning management skills and how to work with others in a group dynamic, things such as this nature, because in the game itself what you have is you have to work as a party or a group of people to start and accomplish a set goal. Games with this difficulty level, these kids will learn how to cooperate in a group dynamic to proceed further in the game itself. In a game such as Roller Coaster Tycoon like this, what a person's going to be learning is more economy, where they have to set wages for employees in the game. Then they have to make sure that they're making money, because if they set their employees' wages higher than what they're making, then they're going to lose money and they won't be able to succeed in the game. They have to learn how to balance all this economy system just so they can get further in the game and expand. Other games teach people different things, where if you're playing a game and it says that it's an E for everyone in the game rating system, then it's going to be geared more toward different people of different ages, and it's usually a cleaner game. They don't have a lot of violence or other things like this, but these games have a lot of puzzles and things like this for games, so that affects problem solving and thinking abilities, where they might have a puzzle such as they have a path to follow and they gotta watch a group of objects or something that might be moving through the screen along with them, and they have to avoid it. If you look at this as in terms of driving a car, if you're driving a car, you have to watch other vehicles on the road with you, and this could be seen as the same dynamic as this. You're watching multiple objects while you yourself are moving around to avoid getting hit. So you're teaching them multitasking skills in this effect. They have other ratings for games where you get a M for mature games. These games are geared more toward an adult crowd, and typically they don't have many of these other characteristics as the E for everyone games, but they tend to be more violent and not made for children of younger ages. If you're going to allow kids to play games in a household, you might want to either keep the game separated by ratings that kids can play, or use parental controls and lock out games that are rated outside of what you want them to have for a maturity level on the consoles or whatever. These other games can be bloody for younger children. Kids that also move and play games that are older, in their early 20s, have more social skills than kids that just sit around the house and watch TV all day or other things like this, because they're actually communicating with somebody on a other network or other computer, and they're building skills where they're going to be, perhaps if they're working in an office, they're going to be talking to other people digitally on a computer or on a phone more than they will be face to face all the time. Or they're not going to be watching TV all day long, where these other kids who just end up doing this will have less ambition and less skills and camaraderie for a company in that dynamic. Kids that also work as a team in these games can contribute these same aspects to working as a team in a company, where all the team members of a set task work together and they perform a set of duty, whether something like in the IT field, setting up a network. Usually you have a group of people working to set up this network as a team. You have a group of people designing where different hardware is going to go. You're going to have people designing what kind of materials you should be using. You're going to have people looking to see what products are going to be the most reliable at the most cost-effective prices. You're going to have all these groups of people working together in a group to form the same task, just like as you would have somebody working in a video game, such as one of these Final Fantasy games like this, or a World of Warcraft game, or some other kind of MMO. So it has been proven that not all games are really bad for you, and that they don't teach a person anything. It's actually been proven to the contrary, where games actually stimulate more with the brain than they had originally thought. Kids learn a lot more nowadays playing on a game than they do from watching educational television shows or other programming such as this, because they are much more interactive and more involved when they play a game than when they're sitting on the couch watching Sesame Street or Dora the Explorer or other cartoons here. If at any time here, I'll take questions or comments that anybody has with this presentation.